The candidates in the U.S. Senate race in Texas are breaking the bank. Beto O'Rourke has raised more than $70 million. That's $33 million for Ted Cruz. That means we are talking about a $100 million race.
Now, we want to hear from you. Democrats are predicting a blue wave. Republicans say that will not happen. Do you think Texas will remain red this year? Go to the Vote Now tab of the WFAA app and then weigh in. And while you vote, Rebecca Lopez live at a polling place in downtown Dallas. So, Rebecca, there is so much energy surrounding this election.
There is. Political experts say they haven't seen anything like this in Texas in more than 2 decades. And it is that Senate race that is bringing people to the polls. And they say in the end, it's going to come down to voter turnout.
Beto O'Rourke is no friend of Texas energy.
Ted Cruz, good for insurance companies, bad for you.
You can't turn on your TV without seeing a political ad. Millions of dollars are being spent on this year's election, especially the Senate race between incumbent Ted Cruz and challenger Beto O'Rourke.
This is the most interesting race statewide that we've had in a quarter of a century, where we've got an actual Democratic candidate competitive both financially in terms of polls and turnout and voting.
The latest Texas Tribune UT poll shows Cruz is leading O'Rourke by 6 points, but independent voters are leaning towards O'Rourke.
Everything is going to depend on a bunch more people showing up.
And Texas voters are energized. So far in early voting, there have been 1.4 million ballots cast. In the 2016 presidential election, there were 1.5 million.
And the question is, who's got the most money, particularly in the Senate race, to work their get out the vote drive on Election Day?
Attorney Ramez Shamaya gave his entire staff the afternoon off to go vote. He says it's critical.
Because I want everybody to vote and feel like they have a say in how the country and the state is run.
Political experts say a lot of the outcome in the Senate race will come down to those independent voters, but also women and Latinos. Miriam Villanueva says she wants her voice heard.
All elections are important for women, but especially this one because the outcome of last year's election.
So as the candidates come down to the finish line, experts say the winner will be who finishes the strongest. In other key statewide races like the governor's race, Republicans lead by a pretty big margin, but experts believe that it's going to be some of the races down ballot, like a congressional race between Pete Sessions and Colin Allred, that might be impacted by the fact that Beto O'Rourke is going to bring Democrats out in record-breaking numbers. Reporting live, Rebecca Lopez, Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Rebecca. Now, we know that things can get heated in politics, but our photographer walked up on a confrontation between campaign volunteers and voters in East Dallas.
You came up to us and asked us why we're stupid Republicans. I'm not okay with that.
I didn't say that.
You did say that. He is a witness. He said that you said that. I believe him over you.
The volunteers argued with voters over rules about signs. Someone called the Dallas Sheriff's Department, but at that point, the crowd had dispersed.